right, good morning, family. It's Tasha, MamabearPrepping. So it has been a while since I gave you guys kind of, hey, what are the major preps that you should be getting? We have a lot of new people on this channel. I still get a lot of daily messages of, hey, what specifically should I be getting? What areas to concentrate on? And so I'm gonna give you priority of effort today, so you already know what time it is. Get your drink. I got a full cup of coffee ready to go. What is this? I think that's paint, you guys. We've been painting, yep. We've been painting like crazy. That's what we're doing in our house right now. So lots to do. But anyway, that's besides the point. We're gonna get into these preps. You can break these down by areas of priority. When I do my video today, hopefully if I have a little bit of time, maybe I'll just go ahead and list them in the video, right? I do that when I do have a little bit of extra time, okay? And a lot of these break out, so let's get into them. So number one is food, right? You should be thinking cheap food. You should be thinking bulk food. You should be thinking sales, get stuff on sales, use your coupons, go to Home Depot. You can find preps at thrift stores, at garage sales, but food should be a priority when it comes to overall your number one prep that you should be getting going, okay? You can think about long-term food, and then outside of food and canned food, right? And then outside of food, be thinking preservation items. How are you going to preserve that food? So in this section would be you're getting a canner, buying a dehydrator, getting those things. And when I said thrift stores and garage sales, those are the type of places you can find preservation items as well, not just necessarily brand new from online, okay? Oftentimes too, people ask me like, what kind of can or what kind of preservation items? And really, to be honest, I haven't found a bad one, you guys. They all work. I have varying types, varying sizes. So get what you can afford, okay? And get it going. But get your food, canned food, food that's gonna last. And know that if you're buying bulk stuff that's in bags and boxes and things like that, and stuff like crackers and cereal and chips and other preserved food that comes like that, know you need to preserve it in another way, or that food does not last long. You can make things like that last much longer if you're putting them in Mylar bags, if you're putting stuff in jars with oxygen absorbers, things like that, okay? So number one area, if you will, is food, and that involves or is incorporating all your food preservation items, the jars, canning stuff, everything, water bathing, whatever it is you're doing. Okay, number two area is water. In this area, you're thinking, okay, what's your main water? How can you make that water safe? You should be investing in a large water filtering system like a Berkey system. However, don't fret. There's lots of videos out there that will show you how to make them from buckets, from 2 pans, from 2 buckets to whatever, okay? You can literally make these systems for $30 with materials. And if you're savvy with, let's say, just a drill, okay, you can make these easily, okay? So look into that. Off the top of my head, I think Alaska Prepper did a video on this. My girl over at Homestead Corner, she did a video several months back where she took 2 stainless steel pans, the big pots, the big stewing pots, and made a beautiful water filtering system. So be thinking about, you need to get a large water filtering system in your home for everyday use for you and your family, okay? You need to be thinking about containers, water containers that you can fill and treat and put in your home, in different places, in your garage, in your home, whatever. And then be thinking about water catchment. Check laws and stuff, because some states are weird. They don't want you to catch water, which is totally asinine to me. But make sure that you are paying attention to your laws, you know what you're doing, and get you some rain barrels and be procuring water in that way as well, okay? Next thing I have is shelter. So shelter could be, you know, weatherwising your home, right? Getting your home weather for your home ready for the weather, okay? That could be protecting pipes. That could be getting a, you know, fixing any kind of wood stove issues. That could be getting your home ready for fortification and security, so your security system, extra lights, different things like that. This could also pertain to getting ready for natural disasters that you know happen in your place. So that could be getting the boards ready for your windows. That could be getting sandbags ready for flooding. So different things that have to do with your shelter and keeping your home safe. Getting your basic maintenance items, getting your backup filters for your filtering systems, all of those little things, right, that have to do with shelter, that's what you'd be thinking. You know, stacking up on things that if you couldn't call somebody but you had a leak, right, having your plastic rolls of plastic sheeting, tarps, heavy duty tape, duct tape, plumber's tape, electrical tape, you know, all the maintenance things that you need to be able to do things in your home, okay? 4 I have is meds, vitamins, supplements, whatever you want to call it. This could be holistic stuff. This could be over-the-counter stuff. This could be getting up on your meds, your prescribed meds. This could be your backups for your prescribed meds, and any of the vitamins and stuff that you can buy over-the-counter. Stock up on this. This is an area that needs to be by itself. You need all the meds that you can get your hands on, because if we come to any kind of conflict or anything gets worse with our supply chain, we get a lot of medicines from other countries, or pieces of medicines that we put together to make our medicines. So that is a huge concern, that if something happens, that's going to be cut off and a lot of people are going to be hurting. So please take a look at your meds and get your stuff. Number 5 goes right into that, and robust medical. So I'm not going to say a kit, but you need robust medical supplies. You need everything that you can get your hands on as far as medical supplies. Start with your basics, right? Your boo-boo stuff, whatever, but then build out from that, right? Buy a bag, buy a fishing or a craft box or some kind of organizing container and start filling it with stuff so that you have a robust medical supplies, okay? The next thing I have is alternate power. What is going to be the way that you power your home when you lose power, right? Do you have a wood stove and you just plan on, or a fireplace, and you just plan on, hey, we're going to just open up the windows during the day, and at night we light the fire. That's our lighting, that's our heating, that's everything in one. We're going to cook there, whatever. Then fine, so be it. But be thinking about what are your plans? You know, is it a generator? Is it solar panels? Is it a solar generator? Is it a regular generator? The fuel that takes? Are you making a gasifier? Like, what is it that you're going to be planning to use? Is it you're just gonna use lanterns and that's it? And you have old-fashioned lanterns with oil, and that's what you're gonna do? Then do that, okay? But my hope is that you think about alternate power, you figure out what you and your family are gonna do, what you can afford, what is something that you can do within your budget, because if you don't have a lot of money, you have to get creative, or you have to learn to live with less, which is fine. That's a great skill to have, to be able to be patient and to live with less and to live a more simple life, okay? So that if some of these things are taken from us, you're not losing it, okay? Number 7 thing I have is garden supplies. So all the things that have to do with gardening, from seedlings, from special dirts for seedlings, from other dirt, from your fertilizers to your containers, the materials, wood to make boxes, to make your, your supplies to make a, a greenhouse, whatever it is. Again, too, there is a lot of ways to do these things very cheap. Go to a thrift store, go to a garage sale, get containers, get garden stuff that way, okay? You don't have to spend a lot of money to do this, okay? Seeds themselves are not super expensive, right? So literally just budget a couple dollars and only just get a couple dollars worth of seeds, okay? Just get 1 packet per month, okay? Just whatever it is that you can afford, do that. But garden supplies, you need to be thinking about that. The garden tools, the things that will make your life easier when you're gardening, okay? Next thing I have is alternate heat. So I kind of talked a little bit about that already as far as, alternate power, but alternate heat specifically, if you live somewhere that gets cold, you lose power. Specifically heat-wise, how are you keeping your family warm? You're condensing down to 1 room. You maybe have the camping gear so you can set up some pop-up tents and sleep in those. Maybe it's you have tons of blankets, wool blankets, you have sweaters, you have jackets, gloves, hats, other things like that, extra socks. Maybe it's just, you are going to put blankets over the windows and you're just going to stay in 1 room. Maybe it's you have a wood stove or a fireplace you don't normally use, and those are now your sources of heat now when you need to heat your home. Maybe it's a buddy heater with a propane tank, okay? But again, what do you do if it's long-term and you run out of propane? So think these things through, because there's a lot. This is a big area that people end up killing themselves and dying because they don't understand carbon monoxide and taking care of themselves and how you can heat yourself. You cannot put your car in the garage and turn it on and open that door to the house, and that heat from the car is going to heat the house. You will kill your whole family that way. People turning their stoves on, their ovens on and things, and keeping those going all night, and if anything happens, that's just not good. The stuff will build up in your house that you're unaware of and you cannot smell. Let's see. Number 9 I have is alternate cooking sources. So again, how are you cooking? Again, this could be something as simple as you have a fire pit for play and s'mores and simple things in your backyard, but that now becomes the fire pit that you actually cook on. But do you have the correct pans, the grills, the different things that you would need to convert that to a solid, nice area to cook food? Maybe it's a barbecuer, maybe you have a smoker, but think a little bit further past that. You know, what stoves do you have? What fuel do you have? Do you have a butane stove? What do you have so that you would be able to cook? Maybe you already own a gas stove, and so you can continue to use that resource there to cook, and then you're okay. But some people, they don't have gas in their homes at all, right? And so you would lose your oven and your stove capabilities. So how are you cooking? And do you have the right pots and pans to do that? Some of the stuff that you have in your kitchen now, you couldn't just take out and put over a fireplace and start cooking. You would melt your pans and things. And then the last thing I have is fuels. Be thinking about your fuels, the area of fuels. And this includes, you know, yes, your propane, your turbojet fuel, your different fuels, right? Your oil for your oil lanterns, kerosene, propane, butane, gas, all of this stuff, right? Diesel. But it also, to me, involves, you know, the batteries that you have, those type of things, okay? So getting all that stuff stocked up so that you're ready to go. All the batteries you need for maybe flashlights or lanterns or things like that, okay? So just think about all the things that you own and have and the way that you run them. How do you run them? And then you stockpile on those things. So this is my 10 areas of priority for preps, must-have preps that I think are very important. Hopefully there was some stuff that gets the senior people that have been doing this a little bit longer, get your guys' mind going on maybe something else in another direction, even though it's not the actual thing I mentioned. And then for those that have been asking, and the new people, of course, that are on our channel, good luck to you. You can continue to do this. There's still time, and please concentrate on these areas. And it's a very good start for figuring out what you need to get going, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're like, I don't know what to do, okay? Food, water, shelter, food, water, meds. You know, if I had to break down maybe the first 3 areas, food, water, meds, that's probably my first 3 that I'm working on, okay? So I wish you guys blessings, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next video. Take care. Bye.